So then we had to come around all the way around. With the construction as it is right now, it's really tough. But there needs to be some kind of signage that says, handicap for different areas. And even on the elevator, I don't know which one to which, I'll eventually find out, but for a first timer, it's tough. And kind of get something done with that, I would appreciate it.
Okay, as far as which ones, you talking about the,
Well, there wasn't any signs for the elevator, to get. I can't go
Okay.
downstairs,
I
so I didn't know
understand.
about the reverse side, figured it out. But as far as coming up the sidewalk, get here was, there's parking out there, but there wasn't any parking that I saw anywhere around. To get to the sheriff's office, they had to go up a ramp, and I got kind of hung up on that little steel ramp that's there. But then they addressed that and get it taken care of. It's pretty slick, especially a little bit of wet weather. And of course, we got all the sidewalks down tore up with all the construction, so I can understand that. So it's gonna take a while for that to come around. But as I go around the different areas, there's lots of offices that need to be addressed as far as, to help us and to get in some of these doors. They're pretty strong. And trying to open the door up and get a wheelchair in at the same time, it's pretty tough. We can get that maybe on the agenda someday or in a budget. I'm sure that a lot of people would help it. Somebody made a comment and said there's several people that feel neglected. Number one is a veteran, number two is seniors, and number three is handicapped. Well, I kind of represent all three of them. Yeah. That's all I got.
Okay, thank you for your comment. Up next, we have Mr. Paul Price.
Thank you, Judge. Appreciate it. First of all, I'd like to commend the Commissioners Court for the commissioners and the judge for the things you do that are so good for the county that so often go unnoticed and unappreciated. So I commend you for that.
Thank you.
I know that having served on the court before that you do a lot of things that the county doesn't know about. Things you have to do at different times of the day or night, and whack you get for it. I appreciate it. Thank you. Having said that, I'd also like to let you be aware that the people and voters of Newton County have become increasingly aware of the continuing conflict that occurs between Courtney Ponche's District Attorney's Office and David Kelly. Under the Texas Public Records Act, Mr. Kelly requested in 2023 a number of public documents from Newton County. At that time, Newton County did not have a formalized fee schedule for such requests. The District Attorney's Office responded by asking Mr. Kelly, due to the size and volume of his request, if he could consider narrowing his requested scope. On November 28th, 2023, Mr. Kelly complied by asking only for county statements from 2018 to 2023. In the interim, the District Attorney's Office submitted a fee schedule to the Commissioners Court that was approved. As a result, Mr. Kelly was provided with an estimate of approximately $1,325. Believing that this charge was not fair, since his request was prior to the approval of the fee schedule, Mr. Kelly challenged the public charge, estimated charge. Not receiving any leeway, Mr. Kelly eventually proceeded to file a civil lawsuit against the county, costing him $1,456. Courtney Ponche's District Attorney's Office responded by requesting from this court and getting approval for the hiring of Dallas Barrington at taxpayers' expense to fight Mr. Kelly. The people of Newton County are actually really fed up with the nonsense that are taking so long to resolve this. As such, they have begun coming together by signing a petition to the court demanding that you, our elected officials, one, release all banking records requested by David Kelly and retract the requirement to pay the fee quoted him in the amount of $1,325, which you have now authorized after at least 1 year and 2 months since his initial request. To reimburse David Kelly for expenses in having to file a complaint. The district court in the amount of $1,456 for his and really the people's right to be upheld by law. And three, dismiss the private attorney Dallas Barrington, being paid at taxpayers' expense again, with a full accounting of the costs related to his services. So far, 147 signatures of county voters have been secured. Another 92 and 94 signatures were also secured, but have been misplaced in time to be grouped with these signatures. If the petition signatures we have cannot legally be presented to the court today for future consideration, we ask that you provide us with the proper avenue and paperwork so that it can be placed on the court's next agenda for your serious consideration. Your attention to this concern is appreciated. Thank you.
Okay. Now, on presenting it to the court, you'll have to bring it, I'll have to put it on the agenda. We cannot discuss or vote on anything that's not on the agenda by law. So if you'll bring it, we can add it to an agenda item and have it on court.
Very good. Thank you.
All right. Last but not least, we got Mr. Martin Norton.
Thank you, Judge. I'm just kind of curious. As y'all know, the last couple of meetings I've been here, been kind of throwing a fit, saying we need a PO system. And I'm still throwing a fit. The county needs a purchase order system. We would have had a purchase order system in place. A whole lot of what Mr. Price just brought before us might be a moot point. We just had to see. But I think a lot of that wouldn't be where we at with that. So I noticed on the agenda this time, though, the last couple of meetings, it's been on there, but this time it's not on the agenda as far as the purchase order system. Why not?
You know, we can't respond.
Well, we're not supposed to, right?
Yeah, you're not supposed to discuss or deliberate anything that's not on the.
So item number 11 is on the agenda, and I think that'll answer his question when we get to it.
Okay. Well, thank you for that response, that it's on there and it'll answer my question. That's good. So that leads me into another issue as far as questions. Myself, on occasion, and probably more than you like, as well as other citizens of Newton County occasionally come to this court and we have questions. We have questions about various things, but we can't get an answer. We're wasting our air. We're wasting our time because we cannot get an answer. I have asked Judge, I've asked the district attorney's office, everybody around, how does a person go about getting answers to their questions? You don't come to commissioner's court and ask questions just to be asking them. You would like and appreciate an answer, but no one can tell me how to get that answer. Like I say, I discussed it with Judge Cochran, I discussed it with Ms. Courtney, and no, there seems to be no system, if you will, for getting an answer to your questions. I know 3 or 4 years ago, I had some questions about private roads, driveways, stuff if the county maintained them. And in fact, at that time, 2 commissioners were courteous enough to send me a response. They sure did. Now, I will say that their response, and I still have it in writing, doesn't go along with what I'm continuing to see, but at least they did give me a response, but they're not able to prove that response. So anyway, we need something in place, get answers to questions that we come before this court and ask. Because anybody in here today may have a question, don't expect to get an answer, just wasting air. So if y'all would, and this lady here represents the legal side of things, sharp, surely there's something we can put in place so people can fill out some paperwork, whatever, and get answers to their questions. Thank you.
Thank you for your time, Mr. Norton. We're going to close the public hearing. And we'll deliberate and consider action on the following items. Item number 1, appoint Daniel Burks, Cecil Williams, and Jimmy Williams to serve as commissioners for ESD number 5. So that is for ESD.
Yes, we didn't do the minutes.
Hmm?
We didn't do the minutes. Did you?
It's,
Cecil Williams and Jimmy Williams are both current commissioners, but their terms are up.
so we're reappointing.
And we want to get Daniel Fuzzy, we call him,
Yes.
get him instated as a commissioner. And to take Norman Williams' place, he passed away.
Okay. So,
I'll make the motion, Judge, that we appoint these Daniel Burks, Cecil Williams, and Jimmy Williams to serve as commissioners for ESD number 5. And I'm proud to make that motion for 2 years.
2-year term. Yes.
all right, motion is made by Commissioner Powell,
Second.
second by Commissioner Hobson. All in favor? All against? And I'm gonna digress for a minute. I should have done it first, but I'd like to welcome, Prince Hobson. He's our new commissioner, for precinct number 3. And, welcome him on the court. Thank you. Thank you, Prince. All right, item number 2, appoint Kevin Fontenot of Toledo Bend, Nathan North of Bonware, Alan Collier of Deweyville, Herb Kelly of Newton, Charles Duckworth of Burkeville, and Eugene Wiley of Trout Creek, and Shelley Wright from Devil's Pocket to serve as commissioners for ESD number 6. This is creating a board for the new ESD number 6. This is the initial board creation.
I'll make that motion.
Motion made by Commissioner Hobson,
I'll second the motion.
second by Commissioner Powell. All in favor? All right. Item number 3, appoint Howard West and Leon Thornton to serve as commissioners for ESD number 2. And I think both of these are reappointments.
Yes,
So
I make that motion.
motion made by Commissioner Benson,
Second.
second by Commissioner White. All in favor? All against? All right, item number 4, receive presentation of the year-end report from ESD number 2. And this is the yearly report that the ESDs give us.
Yes, this is, that's all my checkbooks and stuff. I purged everything the judge wanted, our finalized budget for last year and our budget for this year. We've turned in to the state, we filed with the state, and everything, so, and there's an itemized list, y'all have this too,
Yes.
of everything we have in our fire department. We ended the year with $45,000 in our checking account, $100,000 in the treasury account, and 30-something thousand in a banking account. So we ended up the year with about $170,000 to the black. And we added on a building to our station and poured a whole ton of concrete. And we spent $80,000 on buildings.
It costs a lot of money running ESD, don't it?
Yes.
I've already seen it. I'm gonna pass it on down.
That's our main expense is insurance. We spend $15,000-$20,000 a year just on insurance.
Yeah, we had that discussion this morning in a workshop about the county, same thing.
Just insurance.
Seats.
Well, y'all plan on purchasing another truck or saving for another?
No, what we're doing now, we're fixing to add a 20,000 gallon tank on our side of the road, with a new pump, new concrete, new way to fill our trucks over there. Where the old station was at, we just have a lease agreement on that for 50 years, and that's gonna run out. So we're trying to move everything across the road over on our property. So it all belongs to the county. It's not on rented property. That's our goal for this year, is to spend about another 80,000 on a tank and pumps and upgrade everything over on that side.
Well, the current fill you got now, how long does it take to fill that tank? Like 3 days?
It takes us about 4 minutes to do 2,000 gallons.
I'm talking about filling your tank back up on its current level.
That's a 3/4 inch line filling a 10,000 gallon tank, so it takes a while. So we're gonna increase it to a 20,000 gallon tank and put it on an 1.5 inch line,
Sir.
straight on the big line. upgrade everything.
So that'd be good with, thank you for your presentation. I don't think we don't have to vote on any of this, do we?
Yeah.
I would accept it.
Okay, well, I make a motion, we accept ESP number two's, presentation.
I second.
All right, all in favor? All against? All right, thank you, Howard.
Thank you, gentlemen.
All right, item number 5, receive presentation of end of year report from ESD number 4. Did anybody show up from ESD number 4?
I didn't realize I mailed it into you guys, or,
Yes, you did.
so I didn't realize I was supposed to make a presentation on that. We haven't made any material improvements. We do have a truck on order. Buying a new brush. Thanks, cash for that.
Okay, and on the next court, I'll bring the papers they mailed and present it to the court.
It's in the packet.
Okay.
To be on my iPad.
Ain't you a cop?
You know, I tell you,
I have a copy here that I'd love to show y'all.
well, one of the things that probably would help us on those packets, Courtney, I'm gonna speak for myself, is if we could get a hard copy and get it ready, I'd be glad to come get it. It gets lost in translation between that keystroke in Newton and Deweyville.
I told her, I said, make sure you email him a copy of it. Everybody had, don't we go ahead and accept it? Or did you looked it over? Yeah. And I forgot it was in the packet.
They work within the budget, all the details.
Yes.
So I have a question for Courtney as we go through this process. I'm sorry, Misty. This is kind of new. This is the first time I've been involved in this anyways. Okay, but I know you know. So we accept it. It's not a matter of whether it's correct or incorrect or whatever. We're just accepting
No,
of
no,
what's
you're
presented.
accepting it from them.
Yeah, okay.
And then they
In
have,
a record. Minutes that.
More of a-
they presented you.
More of a due diligence on their ESD's part than it is a final check of what's going on.
and then it has to be filed with the state by the ESD.
If they're accepting what they're presenting, like certifying. correct.
Okay, that's what I wanted.
I'll make a motion, we accept the presentation of the end of your report from ESD number 4.
All right. I'll second that motion. So, motion made by Commissioner Hobson, second by me. All in favor? All against? All right. Item number 6, receive presentation of the year-end report from ESD number 5. And that's Devil's Pocket.
Okay, I have our monthly financial reports, all 12 months. Have our run reports. I didn't start collecting these run reports till we had the meeting in the summer. I've got them ever since then, all of our run reports, as well as our, what we call a wish list. If they're needing items for the fire department to, we support it 100%. Also, we also have our medical run reports as well as the actual fire run reports. Yeah, and also we have a budget for the year 2025, which we fill out during the month of December every year. What we're predicting to spend money on throughout the year. And we also have minutes from 2 different meetings stating where we voted not to raise our fire tax. And we sent the letters to, or the minutes to Melissa, so that there wouldn't be an increase in fire tax in our department.
I got a question, sir. I'm sorry. Which fire department do you represent?
Devil's Pocket,
Devil's Pocket. Thank you, sir.
that's ESD number 5.
So I have a question here. You showing property tax? Is it 26,000? What is that?
That's money we receive
Okay,
from Newton County.
okay. That's a good thing.
Okay.
It threw me off. I was
He
thinking,
thought you was having to pay property.
yeah, what is this?
No, that's where our money comes from, and then that's where we distribute it out.
I appreciate all the volunteer fire departments.
I've been in the department since '98. Devil's Pocket Fire Department. We started it in '98. I got out of it in 19 because of my work, but I got right back into it when I retired. The department doesn't make near the calls, Trout Creek or Deweyville, either one make. And we don't make near the call. We're there if they need us. And we do appreciate their help because they have bailed us out many times.
So, and for those of y'all that, these reports, year-end reports are required by the state. And we've had a big push in the last year to get every ESD in compliance with the state reporting. So, and this is all part of it. So we appreciate y'all's hard work and getting everything together.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Orlon and Mr. Porter and Mr. West have been super communicative with me and I've helped them as much as I can, if I can. But they, all three done that.
And this has been the driving force. So,
Well, you know, Prentice started it, included it in the prayer today, and then Commissioner Hobson, I'm sorry, Commissioner Benson, but we've all talked about, you know, in several past where we would be without our ESDs and VFDs. You know, they're just, you know, I think for myself, you know, Deweyville Volunteer Fire Department call, and BJ Miller made a call one time to my house with my mother. Yeah, they're irreplaceable when you need them, so.
all right. So I need a motion to accept the presentation, or I'll make the motion to, accept the presentation and year-end report from ESC number 5.
I'll second that motion.
All right, motion is made by me, second by Commissioner Powell. All in favor? All against? All right, item number 7, approve dissolution of Newton County Sheriff's Office K-9 program and take appropriate action.
Afternoon, Commissioners. So from about December, till current, we've done a review of the Sheriff's Office's K-9 program. And the results of that review, I've concluded that it's not going to be fiscally responsible for us to continue this K-9 program. There's been 2 narcotics arrests with the dog. Got the dog until now. K-9 handler is no longer with us. And like I said, I just don't think it's fiscally responsible for us to continue with this program. You know, we're spending money and not getting anything out of it. So we're gonna save a lot of money by doing that. I can actually provide my deputies with the equipment they need rather than having a dog. In the event we ever need a dog, we can have multiple dogs here in just a minute. So that's what I would ask y'all.
So Sheriff, I have a question.
Yes, sir.
I guess not to put you on the spot, but I'm putting you on the spot. So your job ain't to save money. Your job is to provide the most beneficial law enforcement officers you can.
Correct.
And that's why you're doing this, correct? Because if there's a money issue, you know, that's our job to help you with the money issue, but you're doing this to put better resources to deter crime.
Correct. So that's number 1. Number 2 is any K-9 needs to be certified, right? They go through the National Narcotic Detector Dog, their certification. This dog cannot pass the certification, so it's actually a liability for the county as well. And so that's another thing I'm looking at is, you know, it's not good. You know, the dog can't be controlled by the former handler. So I don't want us to get in a lawsuit behind the state now.
And you can get another one here if you need it.
Good, yes, sir.
What are you gonna do though?
Appreciate it.
Can I have the dog?
So Sheriff Burby actually give it back to the trainer over in Louisiana, LAK9. They had boarded the dog. I spoke with him today. They think they had it sold for $3,500, and they were going to board it for $10 a day. But he said he's not going to charge us to board the dog, but he would buy it back. So I think that's the best thing for us, because not only the dog, but we have to include handler time, we've got to pay the expenses, vet bills, dog food, things like that. Like I said, at this particular time, it's not worth it. I have any questions? Thank y'all.
Anybody got any thoughts on it?
I mean, if he can have, I mean, at need, if he can have one in a reasonable amount of time and.
Yes. So
I make the motion, Judge. I'll make the motion as follows. Approve the dissolving the K-9 unit to better improve the sheriff's department and other areas of law enforcement.
all right. Motion made by Commissioner Powell,
Second.
second by Commissioner Hobson. All in favor? All against? All right, item number 8, increase the standard mileage rate for business use in 2025 to 70 cents per mile.
Hey, this is something we do every year, in compliance with the IRS rate. They raise the mileage rate from 67 cents to 70 cents per mile. So I'm just, bringing to the board for to be in compliance with IRS.
So our current rate right now is what, 67?
So just for those in attendance, when is this mileage paid out and to whom? I mean, is it, when's it?
It's paid out to, any individual that works for the county that has to go to school, and any kind of training. It's not within the county mileage, it's basically just, or I take that back, it is KK's girls and Melissa's, got some girls that have to do back and forth. Their mileage would be 70 cents a month. But for the most part, it's for when you're, schooling and training and all that. Back and forth.
What now?
We only, putting in paper mileage during election, that's to deliver supplies and stuff like that. Anything else we don't.
For the most part, it's just mostly schools, training.
I know all the court members knew that. I felt this worth saying with this many people here. So it's not something we spend on a frequent basis. It's when the judge goes to A&M or one of us.
Elected officials, everybody in the county that's an elected official, they are mandatory to go to school for so many hours. So it's not like they just choose to go down there to school, they have to go.
And if we take a county vehicle, we do not charge mileage. So this is only if you use your personal vehicle for training or whatever.
Been mentioned, what about us? And mileage. We currently don't get anything like, as we get 4 in the morning, I have to go to Orange to do an inquest because the judge asked for without a tank. Then down there and back from me, it was 99 miles. We don't get any miles at all in our budget paid to us for any mile we drive. That's all on us, has been for a long time. Budget gets mileage, constables get mileage, and I would just like for it to be considered for us out of our precinct mileage for inquests. I think it's fair. It just thought I would.
We've got to put that on the agenda.
Yes,
So I have a question for
that
Missy.
would be a budget amendment.
Would that be a budget amendment?
Be something that needed to be an agenda. And if it were to put into place for this year, it'll have to be. We have to have.
But if you don't mind me asking, or just another question, that wouldn't be added to our individual budget. But it,
Or would that
Yeah,
just
it
be
would be in
something
your
that come out?
office. No, it will be in your
Office, but
office.
it
Yeah,
would be in my
every office has a budget. The people that are paying mileage.
Right, and see, like,
We
They
do
have-
get mileage for school to go
yes,
out county mileage. That's already
in
in
the
that.
county.
So you want to
Yeah,
increase in mileage so you could get mileage for your.
but we don't know how much it. Anyway,
The thing about it, it'd have to be during the budget cycle because, you can't increase an elected official. It has to be posted in the paper. So that's something we'd have to look at.
See, there's a difference, Judge, between travel, you get travel allowance that's so much per payday. It's not based on the 70 cents a mile. Theirs would be based on the mileage that it's not gonna be added to their salary unless they take that trip.
Okay.
There's a two different thing. Two different,
Okay.
totally different things.
All right, back to the original, I need a motion to increase the standard mileage rate for business in 2025 to 70 cents per mile.
So moved.
All right, I'll make the motion, one second.
Second.
All right, I made the motion. Commissioner Hobson gonna second it. All right, item number 9.
All in favor?
Oh, yeah, I didn't vote. All in favor? Thank you. All against? Trying to do one of them quick ones here. Item number 9, discuss and consider approving budget amendment to allocate the Venture Global Funds donation to be available for use in the 2025 year.
So what that's about, Judge, first of all, there's a certain criteria for budget amendments. But talking with our attorney's office, and I don't remember if it was you, Misty, or it was Courtney, these funds are not tax dollars. These funds that are line item here that was part of a $10,000 donation in 2023 from Venture Global Pipeline for the Deweyville Community Park. And it was an oversight on my part that I did not put that back in the budget to where it could be spent. And the way we're spending that is I work with the project renewal group in Deweyville. And when we get ready to do things or we need to stripe the basketball court, make a walking park or what have you, we use those funds. So it is a budget amendment, but it is not a budget amendment that impacts tax dollars or the general fund. This is not in the general fund. So that's why I'm asking for this budget amendment. So we can use that money as it was intended to be used.
Okay.
Articulate what you anticipate using it for and emergency.
So right now, the money will be used for either fencing or to support building a walking track on the buyout property immediately adjacent to the park in Deweyville. It'll be used on the park, but either a walking track or fencing, more than likely. We've done everything else. I mean, we've done what we think we need to do.
All right,
I mean, it was rolled over in the general fund because all the money from the general fund rolls over.
That's what's there.
There, it's in the cash.
It's just not in his.
It's not in here because he didn't budget it for 2025.
But it should have rolled over in the same account that I had it in.
Yeah, well, it's rolled over at the end of the day in the general fund, all the money rolls over. It doesn't roll like yours and the commissioners all rolls over in your fund.
Right, but this
General
was,
fund, but it's still in there. I mean, I just have to move it to that fund.
so this was in my budget.
I thought that was.
No, that was in my line item in my budget.
I would have, if it's in your budget, then it's fine. We just have to make it. I thought that was in the general fund.
Shouldn't have been in the general fund. We didn't put it in the general fund. Created a. So I make the motion that we table this line item until Ms. Moore and Misty have the opportunity to review it, make sure we don't do something incorrect on that.
Motion.
All right, motion is made by Commissioner Powell, second by Commissioner White. All in favor? All against? All right, item number 10, discuss and consider approving the sale of a 2015 John Deere motor grader in precinct 4.
So we had an equipment and needs, we had a commissioner's workshop, I think is the right word, and we talked about, what we have and what we need, what have you. Precinct 4 desperately needs a boom mower. And since the change of not using debt services and general funds to purchase commissioner's equipment has happened, I guess, when did that happen, Sherry?
2023.
In January of 23. So the impact that has had on the commissioners is overwhelming. I don't know how we're going to live long-term with that. I mean, give you an example. This boom mower is on this agenda was a really good bargain, $151,000, and we get $218 to work on roads. So this boom mower, I offered it to Commissioner White. He's going a different direction. So I'd like to put this boom mower in the auction and see what we can get for it.
Boom mower.
I'm sorry, boom mower, motor grader. I'm putting it in there to get the boom mower.
So, did you make the motion or
I haven't. That's one of my.
anybody have any thoughts on that?
I make that motion.
Okay. Motion is made by Commissioner Benson,
Second.
second by Commissioner Hobson. All in favor? All against? All right, item number 11. Pursuant to section 152.031 of the Texas Local Government Code, accept a certified order of the district judges of the first and the first judicial district courts dated August 28, 2024, setting the fiscal year 2025 salary for the county auditor and 3 assistants from district clerk Nicole Wyndham. That's this.
I asked that we put this on the agenda, after looking over, the local government code, last week. We realized that we had skipped this step back in the budget process. This, as y'all know, in July, August, the district judges, they're the ones that appoint the county auditors and set the budget for the county auditor's office. The commissioner's court does not do that. They have a public hearing, they schedule a public hearing, they publish the notice, and they have it here in the district courtroom for any of the public's thoughts on the proposed budget. And after the public hearing, they enter an order setting the salaries, and that's what this is. This is from August of last year. Once the district judges sign it, they file it with the district clerk. And then the step that we missed was that the district clerk, per the local government code, presents it to the commissioner's court, and it's entered in the records of the commissioner's court. I believe what she brought today is a certified copy of the order that's filed. And so we're offering that today to satisfy that section of the local government. Now, that being said, this is the order of the district court setting the salaries for the county auditor and the assistants, and that is within their discretion and authority to do.
So when you said we missed the district clerk bringing this to the court, has that ever happened in Newton County as far back as anyone can remember?
No.
Okay, so it's not,
It has recently come to our attention that that is a step to be taken.
okay, so it's not a knock against our new district clerk or our new judge and court members.
No.
It's just something that hadn't happened in the
No,
past.
in fact, I worked for the district judges for 6 years as their coordinator. And I came over for the public hearings every year. I got them to sit in order and I gave it to Nikki every year. And from there, went, never shared, I guess, with the auditors. So, no, we done that step. So but we won't miss it again.
Well, and during budget hearings, we cut, when it's trying to get the budget, balance, we actually cut one of the positions out, and
Well, can I ask a question? What about that outside CPO that's helped her to do the budget? CPA?
She's outside auditor. Yeah, she's with the outside auditor, professional auditor.
Right, she's hired by the county.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
that 32,000 don't go toward that 40,000?
She's under contract with the county. I think I don't know the history of that, I'm gonna be honest with you, but it's my understanding that that's somebody that the county is contracted.
We certainly,
Outside auditor.
we certainly need to inform our citizens how much we are dictated to pay.
Sure.
Because, they're expecting us to reel things in.
Sure.
Certain things we have no control over. I'm finding out.
And I think this goes right along with appraisal district's office and how much we have to pay them, is out of our control there. But so during the public comments section, there was a question regarding why don't we have a PO system in place? And are we going to be able to get one, what have you? So I'm going to go ahead and put you on the spot this more and say that now, because I don't even think we're going to vote on this, as I understand it. This is just what it is, right?
Yeah, you would vote to accept it.
Oh.
But that doesn't mean that, but I don't think you have any choice to accept it. I mean, this is an order from the district court being presented to you for.
So if it's an order, I'm not going to vote on it. I mean, because if we vote on it, that's our acceptance of it. If it's just an order, we're just going to do it. But with this being the case, with this order, is your office, if the court still has to support the PO system, right, as a group, but would your office be able to handle the PO system and support it, manage it? Okay.
we don't have to take a record vote on this, or
As long as the minutes reflect that the certified copy of the certified.
So we will have to take a vote on the budget. I mean, this requires a budget amendment.
Yes.
Well, I mean, is this written as such that we can do a budget amendment now? Okay.
all right, so we'll take no action on that. Item number 12, approved interlocal agreement for the placement of new radio tower on SRA property. The property is located on IP Way, I believe that's the name of the road. It's actually in Orange County. It's the site of the tower now that SRA is demoing. So they gave us a land use agreement and sent it to you. Okay.
So you could expire a certain time. And we just need to fill that in where it's signed, but yeah.
What does that mean?
The memorandum of understanding with regard to the use of the tower before. And so that memorandum of understanding, our equipment was on the tower. So now they're going to take it down. And so that our agreement with the equipment up there is expiring. It just references our agreement, and this is the code.
So it's really not pertinent to the new.
No.
Okay.
It just needs that.
I make the motion. Well, I make the motion that we approve the interlocal agreement for placement of the new radio tower on SRA property.
All right, motion made by Commissioner Powell. Second by Commissioner Hobson. All in favor? Against? All right. Hey, is there any way y'all could drop that shade over there? Everybody's getting blinded over on this side of the. I've been watching y'all. Somebody rolled it up all the way.
Which is on the agenda. You need to do Shay.
Beyond my capabilities at this point, but table that, Shay. Somebody fix it.
All right, well, we tried, y'all.
We have the move over here, so it's gonna stop.
I just don't know how much those historical society would charge us for that blind to be quiet. Oh, I'm sorry.
It is red.
Mark to the rescue.
That needs voting for that.
And a small increase for that.
He ain't that wide.
We've never had this problem because hadn't had court this late.
Right.
Morning, the sun's always been on the inside. Oh, don't need one now. Martin done operate on it.
So I guess, Misty, the way that would work in that order is presented during the budget cycle. Then we don't vote or anything, the judge just. Gotta obtain that letter. Start making up.
Yeah.
Let's go up. Government is a mandated, it's not funded. Yeah. Yeah.
All right, that ought to be good.
Well, that's one way to fix this. Thank you, Mark.
Thank you, Mark.
All right. We'll move to item number 13, which is discuss relocation of county treasurer's office and take appropriate actions. All right, the county treasurer's office is currently out at the old prison site. They have, they was in the precinct 3 offices. So, they're gonna move. For right now, this ginger is taking chemo, so we don't want to put them in the courthouse as far as around public. So the treasurer's office is going to move to the Davidson Street location, which is where the auditor's office used to be. So they'll be moving into that office building. Christie, y'all have a timeline on when? Okay. they said they needed a little time to get the W-2 forms out for everybody in the county and then moved offices. So, anybody have any discussion on
I
that?
just got one comment. I thought we was moving them because they wanted them in the courthouse.
Well, that's,
If we're gonna pay the expense moving them, why can't they stay where they at?
that's an option too. It's, if they move for right now, to keep, Ginger with her chemo and stuff away from the public, at the Davidson Street location.
Just let it be known that this commissioner thinks we spending money unwisely. Stay where they're at now. Let that be on the record.
Appreciate it.
Any other discussion on that? So I'll make a motion that, relocate the county treasurer's office at this time to the, office building on Davidson Street.
Second.
All right, motion made by me, second by Commissioner Hopson.
Judge, before we vote, could you, when all this moving is done, could you give us an exact cost of how much it cost us to move it?
It shouldn't cost. Few tanks of gas.
Yeah.
Because the building already has utilities, it has internet. So I made the motion, Commissioner Hopson, second. All in favor?
Aye.
All against?
Aye.
All right. Item number 16, approve the citizen participation plan for the Texas Community Development Block Grant Program. And basically what this is we have two different forms for the USDA and the GLO. And Mark Taylor has made one generic form.
Definitely 14.
Oh. I did skip. All right, excuse me, I'm backing up. Number 14. Increase the rental fee for the Cade building from $25 to $50. All right, president of the Cade building, they're charging $50 and they're giving $25 back as a deposit to help pay for the gas. They're going up to $50 rental, just outright $50. They won't give the 25 back.
I'll just make one comment. When I come on court, we moved the money around a little bit on the senior center in Deweyville. This will be the same rental fee as the Deweyville Senior Center. Consistent.
But it's needed to go up because of cost of gas and whatnot. It's used quite frequently. We're steady going the whole.
So we charge $200 deposit. They get $150 back if they clean it. Yeah. But it's a $50 charge for using the building. So it may look different initially, but it's $50 cost.
Right.
I think we need to add a deposit to this. Because there's no incentive for anybody to clean it. They could just pay the $50 and walk away and leave. So I think we need to add it, make it $100 and, they get $50 back.
Only thing I'll say to that, Judge, is there are oftentimes the people that need to use this building in Deweyville. It's a challenge to get the $200 deposit because it takes a long time to get it back. I wish my assistant was here, Dana, Monday night. It takes a while to get this money back. So if it were up to me, we would lower the deposit in Deweyville quite a bit because it burdens some people that are in need of a place to hold a birthday party. You see them spending all their money on the deposit in Deweyville instead of having cupcakes and those things. I know Judge Ashmore's actually helped them with refreshments and done different things, and other people come up with deposits. So if you do something more than the 50, keep that in mind. Just, too much.
Well, you know, with, I think the way they handle the Cade building, the lady, and correct me if I'm wrong, Chrissy, she just turns in the rental fees. She does not turn in the deposit. They actually give the deposit back. Okay, I was wrong on that.
So it sounds like the same process we use for, but it takes a while, don't it? The time you rent it, was it take 3 weeks? But about 3 to 4 weeks. I mean, you get it just right, you know, that's a long time for people, anyway.
But there's still gotta be incentive
Yeah,
for
I'm not,
somebody to clean it.
just don't go
Keep
to,
it clean.
the 200 is too much.
And that's why I was saying, make it $100, and return 50 to them.
You may follow suit on that later on and do it.
So I'm gonna make a motion, to increase the rental fee on the Cade building to $50, with a $50 deposit, which will be refunded, upon cleanliness of the building.
Second motion.
All right, motion made by me, second by Commissioner White. All in favor? All against? All right. Item number 15, pursuant to section 263.152 of the Texas Local Government Code, authorize the auditor's office to advertise for bids the sale of the surplus mechanics truck.
Simple. While we're discussing camp truck and liquidate it essentially, and you asked for all this in the auditor's office to work together to find the best way to do that, because there was some auction size that y'all weren't satisfied with. Anyway, we talked about it, Courtney and me and Sherry, and we're asking at this time that y'all authorize us to advertise for bids, see where that takes us, and if we're not satisfied with that, we'll pursue another auction possibility. And we're also proposing is, in addition to, publishing it, emailing it out to counties, in our vicinity, to see if, just so they know that it's for sale, things like that, try to get the word out as far as.
So I thought we had covered this in the motion that we made back in December, but why we just not make the motion? I thought we had already made it, just it says something so baseline as authorize the attorney and auditor's office to sell the mechanic's truck in a manner that provides the most return to the taxpayers in Newton County. Okay, that's why you can't say that. So I make the motion that we authorize the auditor's office to advertise for bids for the sale of the mechanic's truck.
Second.
All right, motion made by Commissioner Powell, second by Commissioner White. All in favor? All against? All right, now we get to item number 16.
Martha just brought up that it's stating in here about the Cade building thing that the rental fee for the Cade building is going from 25 to 50. Martha said that it's already at $50.
Yeah, the rental fee for the Cade building is $50, and we give a deposit refund.
So will that
So
be
is this-
$75? Is that what y'all are proposing?
We want to charge $50 and with the 25.
See, out of that 50, 25 gets sent back for the deposit. So now it's gonna be the full $50.
Right.
Yeah,
Make sure and clarify, so if you-
Well, they'll write a $75 check or a money order.
well, basically $100 check, and then
50 people.
50 will be returned. That's what we just voted on a while ago.
But KK, could you read back that line item? We may have made a mistake in it, unintentionally.
Agenda item says approve the rental fee. All right, the judge wants to increase the rental fee to 50 with a $50 deposit to be reimbursed.
So the deposit and the rental coming up.
Yes, yes.
Yes.
So increase it to $50 deposit and upon inspection, if it's clean, then 50 goes back.
Yes.
That's what I've notated.
Hey, good looks. Good.
It's taking a while.
Good thing.
All right.
Don't forget.
All right, we're clear on that one?
Yep.
Item number 16, approve the citizen participation plan for the Texas Community Development Block Program. And basically what that is there's two separate forms for the GLO and the USDA on citizen participation when we have the public hearings. So Mark Taylor wanted to have, he made a generic one that doesn't specifically say GLO or USDA to where he could use the same form for both entities.
So actually, the word form is not in there, is it?
No, it's actually he's using the same plan, but basically it's we hold a public hearing. Basically what they're changing is, before it says it has to be posted in the newspaper, but since there's no newspaper on record anymore, they've changed it to add it to the website. The GLO and USDA has approved them added to the website and the county's website and posting it around. So eliminated. There you go. Talk to me, Mark.
Yeah, Judge, Commissioners, good to see y'all today. If I might provide just a little bit of clarification. Previously, and let me back up just a little bit, this is basically a templated form that is provided to us through the GLO and also through Texas Department of Agriculture. Both agencies receive their grant funds from HUD. Both of them have basically the same criteria that has to be applied with. At one time, we had to complete a citizens participation plan for each contract that was administered, and it had to reference that contract number. Then it got to the point that we had to have one for the Texas General Land Office and one for Texas Department of Agriculture. Once again, both of them administering community development block grant funds that came from HUD, but each of them were a little bit different. They finally got on the same page. Both of their requirements are the same now. So what I've requested is that this be a generic form and not reference either Texas General Land Office or Texas Department of Agriculture, but rather reference Texas Community Development Block Grant Funds.
Thanks for clearing that up for me.
You bet. Thank you.
I make that motion.
All right. Motion made by Commissioner White.
Second.
Second by Commissioner Benson. All in favor? All against? All right. Item number 17, approved budget amendment to add 20,000 to 031-612-430 for a generator. And this is for the precinct, one
Or double wide where we got the JP, we got the Melissa's office in there, my office in there. Lights went off 3 times last week. It was in fine. We don't have no computers, no phone, no nothing. I'm gonna buy a generator for that building.
And I guess that does qualify as an emergency, right? You got to keep your county offices open and running.
So for y'all to approve the budget amendment, an emergency, that's for y'all to find.
Okay.
So if you find it,
I make the motion that we approve the budget amendment to add $20,000 to 031-612-430 for a generator for emergency services in precinct 1 when required.
Second.
All right, motion is made by
Okay,
Yeah, we'll change it. We'll put it to the correct one.
so you can just change that fund number to the fund number to be determined by the auditor's office.
All right. Motion made by Commissioner Powell, second by Commissioner Benson. All in favor?
Hobson. Hobson second.
Hobson. All in favor? All against? I think no heat would be the emergency.
Well, I mean, promise you, during a hurricane, Mr. Benson's gonna need to be able to operate.
All right. Item number 17, 18 is, it's got some, a lot to it. It's discuss and consider the following budget amendments that will allow precinct 3 the ability to provide required services and infrastructure repairs, maintenance to residents of precinct 3. All right. A, change account name on line item 023-681-649 from equipment truck to equipment purchase. B, change account name on line item 023-614-342 from supplies to supplies/road materials. Number C is change account name on fund 023-681-669 from interest on lease/purchase to equipment repairs. D is increased budget amendment, increased budget amount in fund 023-681-649 to 100,000. E is increased budget amount in fund 023-614-342 to 130,000. F is increased budget amount in fund 023-681-669 to 50,000. G is increased budget amount in fund 033-614-340 to $167,958.86. H is increased budget amount in fund 033-614-342 to 5,800. I is increased budget amount in fund 033-614-343 to 25,000. J, increased budget amount in fund 038-614-340 to 54,000. And K is increased budget amount in fund 043-612-340 to 16,500. And Prentice, these are for your budgets?
This money that was in there that wouldn't pull forward on everything, and on that truck, you just had on that 649 for equipment truck, equipment purchase, where I could get something beside, get the truck on that there. And that supplies, buy some road material. I need some road material, 90,000 to go up on it.
Okay.
At least purchase, I didn't have anything for equipment.
Well, what do you need to buy for $160,958.86? You had that one down.
Right.
So on B, when you get some supplies of road material, you didn't have any road material. We got it. Don't we have a?
Yeah, I have some.
Out of your special, but Ticket put supplies to where he could have out of his labor fund, out of the 023. But Prentice wants to change it to revenue.
Yeah.
And also on the 669, we can't change the name of those funds to, because that's an interest fund, but we can add a new fund number on some of these, Prentice.
Right.
Okay.
I make the motion that we approve budget amendments that will allow precinct 3 the ability to provide required services and infrastructures, repair / maintenance to the residents of precinct 3, working with auditor to set up the right accounts and fund numbers.
And are you finding that the budget amendments necessary due to?
So that's what it's, so, I mean, the question.
Oh. You don't have no money to operate on, do you?
That's what I was going to say. He doesn't have,
Articulate the
he doesn't have the money to adequately service the residents of precinct 3.
And I haven't looked at all of his business, but I did look at the budget back some weeks ago. There was $0 in maintenance for equipment, probably $50,000 a year. I mean, people just don't know what it costs to run a precinct. Get $218,000 to run the precinct in Commissioner Special. You spend $50,000 a year in repairs. You better put $50,000 in there. I put 45 this year and I'm probably going to run out. But anyways, so where I'm setting absolute emergency, you know?
all the
Yeah.
articulate them or
Oh, okay, I'll articulate that again. I'll make that.
Got it?
Okay. I didn't know if I needed to put,
You made a motion?
yes.
All right. Motion is made by Commissioner Powell, second by Commissioner Benson. All in favor? Aye. All against? All right. Item number 19. Appoint Judge Pro Tem for 2025 year. All right, Commissioner Formby was, Judge Pro Tem on the last court. He's no longer with us. He chose not to run for re-election. So, at this time, I'm going to nominate Commissioner White, for the Judge Pro Tem, until he sees fit, or we all go to the house.
So I second that motion.
All right, motion is made by me, second by Commissioner Powell. All in favor?
Aye.
All against?
We're not going to the house.
All right, item number 20, extend declaration of disaster for the 1/20/2025 cold weather event. In anticipation for Stormageddon 2025, I went ahead and declared an emergency for the county disaster. In anticipation if we had anything bad go wrong, you know, we needed some state help. So looks like we can extend it for another couple of weeks. So far, everything come out good. Your end got the most.
Yeah, I'd like to just recognize, you know, the work that's been done over the last couple of years and even before that. You know, I think we had some damage in the old hospital at some point. Our maintenance, the judge's maintenance crew's done a lot of good work, put freeze protection procedures in place. We've done that throughout the county. I know he's working on the Cade building and in Deweyville, same. We didn't have any busted pipes down south, and very proud that we went through a record cold temperature. I think in Deweyville, the news said we're up to 10 degrees from 9 degrees. You know, that's unprecedented that a county can go through that, not have major equipment failures in county services. And I'm proud of that, very proud of that. Countywide.
Yes, me too.
I'll make the motion that we extend it.
All right, motion is made by Commissioner Powell. Second by Commissioner Benson. All in favor?
Aye.
All against? All right, item number 21 is budget amendments. We just covered those. All right. Item number 22 is payment of bills. And that's Sherry Moore.
General fund, $442,362.93. District County State Fund, $42.69. Road and Bridge General, $702.50. Road and Bridge Precinct 1, $283.05. Road and Bridge Precinct 2, $404.84. Road and Bridge Precinct 3, $447.79. Road and Bridge Precinct 4, $486.61. Courthouse security, $20. VAW grant, $73.14. Commissioner Special Precinct 1, $19,656.71. Commissioner Special Precinct 2, $11,939.35. Commissioner Special Precinct 3, $2,899.01. Commissioner Special Precinct 4, $25,296.61. Record Preservation, $22,856.88. Solid Waste Disposal, $7,396.91. Voter Registration, $174.90. Law Library, $35. Newton County Library, $8,938.51. Historical Operating, $208.81. Grants, $72.54. State fee account, $12,145.26. Technology fund, $12,355.10. For a total of all funds, $568,799.14. Yeah, we've added some light bills. We didn't pay it last week. We've added some bills that came in.
Thank you. Vote on that.
So, we talk a lot about, PO systems, different things. I just, and how, like at the end of the year, we look at net data and how much money we ended up with and what have you. Bills I have here, I have $25,000 worth of bills here for precinct 4. Of that 25,000, 20,724 were spent in 2024. That's what I'm excited about. If we get the PO system at, if you click when you 1201 first, I can say exactly how much money I've got in each of my accounts, the PO system. Without it, I'm not so sure that my office won't have bills coming in next month from January that somebody lagged on getting us an invoice, So make a motion to pay the bills as presented and read.
All right. Motion is made by Commissioner Powell, second by Commissioner Hobson. All in favor?
Aye.
All against? All right, I need my left side motion.
Make the motion that we adjourn this meeting.
All right, motion is made by Commissioner White, second by Commissioner Benson. All in favor? All against?